So what I got going on here is I just extended the top out a little bit this way. I'll tie this, but then I won't have to tie it at all after that. I can just lay cross beams, and then I can put branches and pine needles up here and like cover that. And it's gonna act as like an additional trap for the heat. And this also gives me some support to put some cross beams kind of like right there. It's a big hole. I wonder what's sleeping in it. I think it's a black bear. Oh, so hot and fresh. It's nice to see that smoke billowing right down the mountain towards where I'm gonna sleep. Welcome back to the channel. I am somewhere in the Kootenay Mountains. I'm about, let's check here, roughly 1,000 feet of elevation so far. And I got enough gear on me to do a 2-day pack out, enough food on me, 1 bottle of water, no tent, just a sleeping bag, sleeping mat. I'm gonna build a shelter, probably a teepee, just because I want to. Just because I think it'll be fun to build one. Never built a teepee before, so that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, eat some food, camp out. In the morning, I'll hike up to this ridge and see if I can't get a deer or some snowshoe hare or something. I brought my bow, about 100 pounds. It feels like 70 to 100 pounds of gear. Testing out this new backpack, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. There we go. Found this nice little bench up here. Should build it right there, and it's 9:30. So it took me an hour to hike up here. Yeah, so I got lots of time to go gather some wood and build something sweet to sleep in. Something warm and cozy. Found a bunch of nice deadfall here. That's a nice one. There's so much wood. You don't really have to look hard for deadfall. Whew. I want them long. Like, I want the base really wide so that I can sprawl out and sleep comfortably. I'm a little bit worried about this one kicking out, so I'm just gonna put this here. That's sturdier. thought it was going to be way thicker than this. It's still very strong, and it works, but it's not the stuff I remember buying when I was a kid. But it'll do. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's coming together, and I don't have to be perfect. But yeah, it's getting cold. It was 0 last night, and the weather came in like it snowed fresh last night. It's a clear sky today, which is nice. It's cold. I don't know what temperature it is, but it's definitely cold. So I'm gonna get most of this done and then start a fire soon and warm up a little bit and have a fire cooking and even drying out the snow underneath anyways as well. I won't sleep on the snow. I'll build up a platform of logs and sleep on those. This is a really long piece. I don't think it needs to be this long. One trick I learned up north, if your hands are cold, just do this. It gets the blood to the tips of your fingers. I used to do this all the time. I was working in minus 20, 30, 40 for multiple hours, soaking wet. My hands would just get so cold. People looked at me like I was an idiot, but oh, it sure warms up your fingers. So this stuff's everywhere in the forest, at least in BC. Anywhere there's pine trees, there's pine pitch, and this stuff is like, they call it nature's napalm. It's like some of the best fire starter. It's always nice to collect a little bit of that when you see it. Just gonna use some shredded up newspaper. There we go. It's nice to see that smoke billowing right down the mountain towards where I'm going to sleep. It means a lot of that heat's just going to go right into the teepee. So there it is. That worked really good. Nice dry wood. Always just go underneath trees to get your wood. This is the structure so far. I'll build up a platform and sleep right there. Put my head there. Try to get as close to the fire as possible. Man, I'm getting hungry though. I know it's getting cold there too. Yeah. Woo! that's it so far. That looks sweet. I'm stoked to sleep in that. I can tell it's gonna be nice and toasty. And this hill already kind of acts as a natural kind of wind block and funnel into the teepee. That's the way the wind's blowing anyways. And then I'll also build up a little wind block wall just to give myself even more protection from the wind when I'm sleeping. I'm excited. That's pretty sweet. My saw slipped. So this is my quick little makeup fix here to stop the bleeding on my thumb. That's why you always bring a little first aid kit. Let's keep on rocking. Thumbs up. Okay, progress report. I got the main beams up. Now I'm starting to put ones with a lot of branches across. Just kind of weave them in there, you know, like so. And then that'll work good to put like, you know, pine needles and whatnot and leaves and stuff just to really insulate it. Hungry, and my thumb was getting very cold because I couldn't put it in my glove. That's the second time I've cut myself pretty good with a saw. This teepee's like 75% finished, but I can already tell it's gonna be toasty in here. 1:30 right now, 3 hours if I'm lucky before dark. I made a lot of progress. Last time I was up this way, there was a big black bear just circling us in a weird way. Me and my son was like huffing and kind of like shaking his head at me, but it was keeping about a 70-yard kind of radius, just circling us. I had my son with me, so we just kind of, I was barking at it and telling him to get out of here, but wasn't really listening, and just weird behavior, so I just got him out of there. And just slowly, calmly walked out of there. Oh, it's nice to just get out into the bush. All right, let's get at it. I need to take a break. Other than like an egg sandwich this morning, all I've had is those nuts, and I'm starting to feel it because I've been doing so much activity. I think I can bring my gear in here. That's some cold water. There we go. I need to get 3 more long logs for my bed, and then I'm done sawing. Picked this up at Canadian Tire. Works pretty good. I think it seems like it's good quality, but I want a longer one. It just takes a while. It takes a while to saw that many logs. I didn't want to build a teepee because it was like the ideal survival shelter. I just wanted to build a teepee. I've never done it before, so I built one. It's pretty rad, I gotta say. Seems like it's gonna keep me pretty warm, and it can be improved with time. But you know, it's way more sawing and cutting than you would if you were to just build like a simple lean-to shelter or A-frame shelter or whatever. But that's why I left early, and luckily it was a nice day, so just give it a thumbs up at least if you like my Bushcraft survival teepee. My dad gave me a pretty good sleeping bag, you know, with these logs in the fire. I think it'll be fine. I also have a survival blanket, like one of those aluminum foil ones, and I've never used it. I might as well give it a shot tonight. What I might do actually is I'll take it and I'll like cover the back of the teepee like a wall to reflect the heat back onto me. It's getting smoky again, so I got to put more wood on the fire. is actually pretty comfy. Took a little getting used to. So I'm gonna do the emergency blanket thing that I thought of. I got these tacks. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I think that's pretty cool. Like that should help deflect a lot of heat down to me when I'm sleeping, and it'll also help with the wind a little bit too. It feels really toasty right here. Toasty but smoky. Just trying to dodge the smoke, but I think it's time to cook some food. I think it's time for that. So I'll show you guys what's on the menu. Let's just stop being awkward with this tripod. Okay, what do we got here? So, some salmon in there, a bunch of fish, a couple meals worth of fish, and some noodles. I got some can of tomato sauce for the noodles. I got a bag of some rice and beans and stuff right there that I was actually supposed to eat for lunch, and obviously I didn't get around to it. 2 containers of oatmeal, and then some bread. That's dough or whatever, so I got to cook that over the fire along with all this. Special little snack right here, some popcorn. Got some oil to help with that. Coffee for the morning. Excited to have that coffee in the morning, that's for sure. And yeah, that's about it. So that's my pot. And I'm gonna start cooking. I already ran out of water a while ago, so just put snow in the water bottle and a little snow in the pot so I can heat up my noodles. Give you even a better shot of this. Here's my bow. Actually looks pretty cozy in there. Had a couple of apples too. This is just like I wrap this dough in tinfoil, and then the hope is if I just put it like that, it's gonna have enough space to expand and it'll be able to cook like that. I'll see if that works. Gotta save half for the other noodles. I was so hungry. I was so hungry. I'm such a baby when it comes to food. Just waiting for my bread to cook. Look, it's getting bigger. I got a new forehead camera mount. I think it'll work pretty good. Nope. I don't know, maybe I gotta turn it around like that. All right, this is the result. I think I'm gonna try one more thing. You can see it cooked the bottom a lot. But yeah, maybe the Maybe the tin foil isn't the best way to do this. You know, maybe better just brought in a container than poured in a pot. I'm actually gonna try one last thing to try and salvage this. I mean, this is eatable right here. It's probably good too. Yeah, look at that. It's not bad at all. I put it was just water, flour, a little bit of sugar, baking powder, but I put salt, garlic powder, and Italian herb seasoning. No, that's actually pretty good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat all the cooked stuff, and the part that's really doughy there, I'm just gonna put in the pot and see if I can salvage it. It's a great bread recipe. I just gotta learn how to cook it on a fire. Never cooked bread on a fire before. Look at all the, I don't know if I was blinding you that whole time. Look at all the steam coming off it. Oh, so hot and fresh. Yeah, the recipe is good. Oh, tomorrow I think I'll try to build maybe a chair or something. Something a little comfier. I salvaged the rest. Wasn't much, but no point in letting it go to waste. I keep on having to go put snow in my water bottle and just keeping it by the fire so the snow in it will melt. It's actually working pretty good. I mounted the camera to the tree with this clamp mount, so pretty proud of that. I think it's time to cook this salmon, and it's also getting pretty chilly. So, oh, you know what? I can make this lighting better because I packed this bad boy, which is basically like a freaking lamp. It's got this thing on it. I've had this thing for years. It's rechargeable. There's a light. I think I got a Canadian Tire or something. It's Moto Master. It's got a magnet on the bottom. You can have the light out the top or to the big one. And the battery lasts pretty long. I don't know. I always take it camping. It's nice and thin, so it's kind of long and awkward, but it's thin. So there, that lighting is way better. It's getting pretty chilly, but this fire is like bringing in a lot of heat. Either way, I have to put my jacket on. Time for salmon cooking. Got some nice hot coals here. This little package of salmon here. A little oil. There's my comfy bed, my heat shield, my light, a little wood pile there. I'm just gonna give it like 20 seconds on the fire just to get that pot hot again. Then I'm gonna take it off the fire and kind of let it finish cooking off the fire. Then the fish will be better. Here we go. That should be good. I'll just leave her kind of right there to finish. I'll leave the lid closed and I'll give it 60 seconds. Oh yeah. It's freaking perfect. Time to eat that. That's so good. Oh. Time is at 7 o'clock. Ah. I brought that popcorn, so maybe I'll have a little bit of popcorn in a 30 minutes to an hour or something, and then call her a night. Actually, I might go get some wood just to make sure I have enough to make it through the night. Popcorn, get wood, put some more snow in my water bottle, and then bedtime. Some firewood here. Nice and dead. One more should be enough. It should be more than enough, but better safe than sorry. And if I have to in the middle of the night, I could chop that one. But I don't think I'll need to. I do not think I'll need to. Ooh. Doesn't take long to get hot. I had to put this face mask on actually. Not necessarily because it was too cold, but because I was pulling up my shirt just to breathe through my shirt and filter the smoke. That was just, there was a time where the smoke was just like billowing straight to my face, even though I was laying low. So the face mask was my solution to that, and it worked pretty good. But it's also nice just to have it around my neck at least in case it does get cold enough where I'll need a face mask, and that can be cozy. But like I have so much warm clothes, and like haven't even cracked open my sleeping bag yet. So I think this teepee is, I think the teepee is actually doing quite a bit, especially with that survival blanket up like that. I think that really does reflect a lot of heat right back to me. Yeah, I'm not worried at all, really. I'll have to get up, 2 or 3 times anyways just to put wood on the fire, but that is what it is. That's part of the fun. Time to try out this popcorn thing. Oh. Oh. There it comes. You guys know the popcorn trick? If there's 3 seconds between each pop, once it starts to slow down, that means it's done. Any more than that, you're gonna burn it. Oh, lid's coming off. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, I'd say that's done. Oh. Talk about some salmon-y popcorn. Oh no. Relax. Relax. Stop. Figure these are still good. Oh, I am so glad I decided to do this. The popcorn, I mean. Oh yeah. So much better cooked like this than in the microwave. It's like night and day. Don't have to worry about anything else other than staying warm and eating popcorn. With how modern day life is, how everybody's pretty much just in a chronic state of stress, constantly worrying about money and, yeah, pretty much just money. Being able to pay all their bills, being able to buy their kids Christmas gifts. I found nothing in life, including rigorous exercise, just nothing in life that's as effective at making me feel happy than getting out in the bush and just doing this type of stuff. I think it's because, like, I don't know, I just think this is our natural state. Like, this is where our brains are supposed to be. Like, humans are so smart, we've figured out how to constantly innovate and create this crazy digital world, and it's actually not good for us. We're too smart for our own good. So more than anything, I think what my dad and I would love to do with this channel is just inspire people to get out into the bush or into wilderness or just around nature and just try something new or look around the next corner or adventure or whatever it is, but just ultimately spend more time in nature, because I think that just leads to a more happy human. Yeah. Time to drink some ice cold snow water. It's actually delicious. Just get the odd like pine needle. I think it's time for me to call it a night. I guess we'll see you in the morning. Just had to wake up to put some wood on the fire, give it a blow there. I just had such good sleep. It's 4 a.m. Did a good enough job with the fire last night that I can see there's still coals and smoke going, so I probably got up like 6 or 7 times. Not the best sleep, but still decent. Breakfast. Cold oatmeal with fruit in it, There's a strawberry. A little bit of pine needles and such in this water, so a little bit of dirt. Snow coffee. Peter's famous brown snow coffee. Okay, I'm gonna go bow hunting. Obviously, you want to make sure that the fire is safe when you leave, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. There you go, that's good enough. I don't really care if an animal comes into my camp. I just don't want them eating my food, so I just walked like 50 yards that way and just buried it in the snow. You can also hang it in a tree, but there's snows there, might as well use it. I got fish, so I might as well bury it in the snow and keep it ice cold, right? Bring my bear spray with me. Here's an update on my thumb. So I fixed it up last night, but it still is bleeding quite a bit. But yeah, it just nicked me pretty good. Basically, I was just holding the stick and I was holding it in the wrong place. So I gave way and just punctured the side of my thumb pretty good. And it just went deep. So it just started bleeding like right away quite a bit. But that's why you always carry, a first aid kit. If I was at home, probably wouldn't put a Band-Aid on it. I'd just let it air out. But when you're in the bush, it's important to keep your wounds and cuts clean. Stuff can get infected fast out here. There's a lot of squirrels. And they're big squirrels too. It's a big hole. I wonder what's sleeping in it. I think it's a black bear because of these tracks here. They're pretty heavy. And because in the springtime, I was up around here with my boy and there was a black bear circling about that distance. So it might make sense now, his behavior, because I was close to his den. Him, her, I don't know. That would make sense. I think this deer jumped over this log and then just ate it on that log and just like had a meltdown right there and then continued on. Poor deer. It is pretty treacherous. Don't blame him or her for having a hard time. Oh, I just got snow in my boot. There's bunny tracks like all around here, so I'm just gonna sit and wait. You're more likely to see movement if you're not moving yourself. So that's what I'll do, and been hiking for a couple hours now. Maybe sit here for an hour, and then if I don't see anything, go back to camp. There's bunny prints everywhere. Just a matter of actually seeing the little critters. There's a squirrel or something in there, and that's what I was trying to capture. I wonder what it is about that tree. Maybe just because it's easy to peck through, or maybe because it was rotten, so it had all sorts of bugs in it. It was trying to eat the bugs. So what I got going on here is I just extended the top out a little bit this way. I'll tie this, but then I won't have to tie it at all after that. I can just lay cross beams, and then I can put branches and pine needles up here and like cover that. And it's gonna act as like an additional trap for the heat. And this also gives me some support to put some cross beams kind of like right there. They're just a couple, just to kind of bring this out a little bit more, to even further cocoon myself. And then what I'll do is I'll just build like a little firewall right there, just to keep it from the wind pretty much from blowing the smoke directly into my face. Instead, it'll blow it up higher, and it'll also act as an additional heat reflector as well. So with this, tonight should be even more toasty. Last night was like, I had a good sleep, but it was a nice night. It's not that nice of a day today. So it could snow, could rain. So yeah, just preparing myself. That's a good start. Okay, round 2 at cooking bread over the fire. I have a completely new method. I'm gonna leave it in the tin foil. I'm gonna put it in the pot. I'm just gonna add some water in there. And I think it's all about the right humidity in there, but also like not crumpling the tin foil too much, giving it enough space, and just patience. And it'll work out. I'm excited. At the very least, I know I'll be able to eat it. So here's the second loaf. Basically, I'm gonna kind of do this. I'll fold it out, and I'm just gonna like fold these two together. All right, like so. Alrighty, now we wait. I'd say like 20 minutes. 20 minutes of being patient. I think I can handle that. Ooh, that lid is hot. It's already rising. Okay, I was gonna use this big log for firewood, but I don't really have a big enough saw to cut through it easily. It just takes way longer, and it's just gonna be way more efficient for me just to use smaller pieces for the fire. However, that will make my firewall job much quicker. And that by itself is gonna be very helpful. Way toastier over here. I can still get out. You know, it's just gonna block a certain amount of wind. Is it perfect? Nope. Does it need to be still worked on? Yeah. However, that's good for now. It's getting very cozy in here. Okay, let's see how this worked out. All right. It did better than last time. It's fully cooked. It looks incredible. I bet you the bottom's nice and crunchy. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Look at that. See the herbs in it? So good. Oh, like fresh baked hot bread is already good, and then cook it over a fire while you're camping. Next level. And it's so easy. Just water. Be careful you don't eat the tinfoil. Yeah, just water, tiny bit of sugar, like a teaspoon. All-purpose flour, like a teaspoon and a half baking powder, garlic powder, and Italian herb. Oh, and salt. And then you get this. And I'm sure a guy could cook it better. Perhaps a smaller amount in that pot with some oil, just without tinfoil, that might cook it better. Or if you had a bigger frying pan with a lid on it, that would cook it phenomenal. And you poured it into it. Perhaps just bring it in a bag rather than tinfoil. Well, always ways to improve. That's not bad for, you know, this is the second time I've ever done this. Always wanted to do it, but never have until now. You guys get to witness it. Look at how nice that piece of bread looks with the fire in the background. Wow. Like a little golden bread nugget of pure happiness. All right, I'm gonna eat this. So, shelter update. I reinforced my wind wall with some more spikes, and then I've built it up. So that really should help quite a bit. I mean, there's still gonna be quite a bit of airflow through here, but that's where the majority of the wind was coming from last night. So either way, that should help, and it should act as somewhat of a heat wall. Of course, you guys saw my roof that I built, my extension, and then, yeah, I just added a bunch more pine needles. There was some light snow sprinkles that I was seeing fall on top of me. Who knows? The sky does not look promising. We could be in for a pretty cold, snowy night. However, I'm fully prepared, and I kind of hope it happens. That way I can see how my shelter holds up. And now I'm just making a little coffee, heating up some snow water, and I'm gonna relax for a little bit. It's gonna get dark soon. I got firewood. There's lots close by. I'm not really worried about it. So yeah, we're pretty solid. Starting to snow. Starting to snow. So I guess the question is, how does it perform? And will I have to put a tarp underneath to keep myself dry? From what I'm looking at right now, I'm gonna be covered in snow in the morning, but we'll see. This all should help. I put that big log on that rock on the back of the fire so it would act as more of a wall for the heat. The problem is that it's making the smoke do some funky stuff and swirling it right towards me, which won't be an issue when I'm sleeping because I'll be lying low enough that the smoke won't bother me. It's definitely really toasty in here. So I think what I'll do is I'll just take that off while I'm just sitting here relaxing or while I'm cooking, and then I'll throw it back on like that for when I sleep. All right, let's get some fish cooked for it's just snowing way too much. Oh my God, that's so good. Not that it needs it, but I gotta bring some seasoning next time. Lemon pepper. Salmon is just so much better than like so many other types of fish. It's December 20th, by the way, if anybody's wondering. I'm super excited to spend Christmas with my boy and my family. My son is just so excited. It's so cool to see, like, just how much kids just love Christmas. He got me to send a last minute Santa letter away with a bunch of new requests. Man, that was good. That was so good. It's so flavorful. Like, I don't know, like, is salmon the best fish? Drop in the comments what your favorite fish is. What your favorite fish is, or is salmon just the best fish? Because so far, I mean, unless you count like shellfish, if we're counting shellfish, it's between salmon and crab. So this will be the second night and the last night that I'll be doing this. I'll just pack up and take down the shelter and stuff in the morning and then head out. I ate that oatmeal I packed this morning ice cold, and I don't care how like tired or lazy I am tomorrow morning, I am 100% heating it up because I did not enjoy that oatmeal and I want to enjoy my breakfast tomorrow. So I can see some snow and like melted water accumulating right where I'm going to be sleeping, so I really don't think it'll be a problem once I have like my sleeping pad down and my sleeping bag on top of me. So I'm not going to throw a tarp up unless it gets really bad. Like if I wake up and I'm covered with water, or if I'm just covered with snow, then I might throw a tarp up. I was kind of hoping if it did snow, it would be those like thick, fluffy flakes, because then the shelter would just be so insulated. But it's like these small little wet, almost rain. Definitely making popcorn tonight though. For sure. It was just too good last night. Oh yeah. Okay, it's been like 2 seconds. Let's see how long it takes to pop. Okay, we're at like 40 seconds right now. I'm gonna try to keep it hot. 2.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Last night I did it perfectly. This night, for some reason, I misjudged the amount of popcorn in there. Boo! I'm still gonna eat it. Even though it's burnt, or some of it is. Not about to waste good popcorn. No, sir. Believe it or not, it actually tastes pretty good. It's snowing quite a bit. It is 8 o'clock, and I just want to make sure I have enough wood to make it through the night. Yeah, stuff's getting real wet. I'll try to keep as much wood dry in the teepee there and just not have to get up in the middle of the night to go collect wood. So yeah, spend about 30 minutes or so collecting some wood right now, and I should be good. My headlamp's dying. Yeah. Oh, luckily the phone has light. Conveniently placed. I'd rather be safe than sorry tonight and just get a lot. That should be enough. The fire's barely going because the wood's wet. So I gotta get some dry stuff on there right now. Airflow issue over there. It's not that there's not dry wood in there, it's just not getting airflow. In an effort to keep my boots on, tonight I'm just going to undo the sleeping bag and just drape it over me like a blanket, so that if I have to get up for this fire, I don't have to like get my feet wet. Because it is like soppy snowing / raining right now, so, and I feel it sprinkling on me a bit. This is definitely helping, but not 100%. So if I get up and have to deal with the fire with my socks off, like I'm just gonna get my feet soaked. So this will be the better option tonight. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna pass out. I had to wake up, start the fire again. It's completely out. And my feet were just soaked by boots, so I'm drying them off, which feels amazing. But it's not snowing or raining anymore, luckily, so. Oh yeah, that feels good. I'm awake. Fire probably went out about 5 times. I had all my wood prepared, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Definitely still some issues. If I stayed here longer, I would fix. We're out of here this morning. Gonna just have some coffee, warm up my oatmeal, and just clean up this camp and then get out of here. Yeah, all in all, we came in here with enough food to last a couple days, 1 bottle of water, no tent, just a sleeping pad, a sleeping bag, clothes and tools. And it turned out okay. It was fun. One last shot of the beautiful Bushcraft survival teepee.